Hey everybody, welcome to Game Day View presented by Mercedes-Benz. Patrick Claybon back here with Greg Rosenthal and Cynthia Freeland here to get you set for the majority of the Week 14 schedule as playoff time is nearing. Greg, we're in that push.
I love this time of year. It's fantasy push. It's our picks push. Like we're hot right now. Cynthia's picks are going wild.
I want that giant red bow. I was just thinking about that. Like can we get like a giant red Mercedes bow like from the car? Who doesn't want that?
Yeah,
That would be so fun. It could go right on this table.
Yep,
huh?
We'll put it up. In fact, you can send a car with it because things are going that kind of way. Cynthia went 14-2. Was able to pick up a game on Greg as we look at our standings. I am mired in a giant black hole of sadness and destitution at 128-67. But Greg, 136-59 with Cynthia nipping at his heels. Excuse me. Greg,
Hills.
the MVP.
I'm on a hill. He's going to die on that hill. I'm nipping at that hill.
Yeah. On both. Greg, the MVP of our picks thus far. Josh Allen might end up being the MVP of the league. Buffalo winning 7 in a row, and Allen is playing like Superman.
First and goal from the 7. Allen under center. Takes the snap. Quick hitter. Thrown behind, but somehow caught. And now lateral to Allen. And reaching for the pylon. Are you kidding me? It's a touchdown. Unbelievable. A catch by Amari Cooper. A lateral to Josh Allen. And he runs the remaining 5 yards for the score. Have you ever seen that one before?
Allen and the Red Hot Bills heading to L.A. to take on the Rams. Buffalo chasing the top seed in the AFC. The Rams still in the playoff hunt. But, Cynthia, could this be a letdown game for the Bills?
No.
Oh,
I mean, it could be. Absolutely, it could be. But I project a 6-point win for the Bills, 27-21 out here at SoFi Stadium. Why? Because matchups make for fights, and this one does not bode well for the Los Angeles Rams in terms of what happens when this Bills defense sees motion. The answer is bad things for opposing offenses. And you know who likes to use motion ahead of the snap?
Who's that?
The Rams. See how that works? But ultimately, when you're looking at some of the places of this Bills defense, which I will admit, I was a little bit of a skeptical person about this defense ahead of the season. They have exceeded expectations. They're getting healthier. Greg Rousseau's awesome. And when I'm looking at the options here for what happens when this Rams offense tries to use motion, they just get shut down.
Ooh, I like that. And one of the reasons they're so good against motion is because Sean McDermott's been there so long. Like, the system is good. And he's got his guys, and he's got the guy, Matt Milano, back in the lineup. I know he didn't make a lot of splash plays in his first game back, but he is the quarterback of this defense. And I don't think McDermott gets enough credit for maximizing what his players do well. He puts them in situations to succeed. This is a rematch of a game just a couple of years ago. It was the opening game. Remember the kickoff of the Rams defending their Super Bowl title, and that Bills defense did a great job holding down, preventing big plays, and Matt Milano is one of the best coverage linebackers in the league, and that's where the Rams like to win, over the middle of the field. I think that's the difference. I think it's close, and I think the Rams cover because they're at home, and the Bills are coming all the way across the country. Two good teams, but the Bills win.
He went to a great college, that Matt Milano, just saying.
Boston College.
Greg makes a lot of great points.
Yeah.
The Bills having to travel across the country, the Rams keeping it close. I agree. I think the Rams cover in this one because I think the Rams win this football game.
Spicy.
And yeah, give me a stray bond here as it's just I wrote it down. Puka Nacua. It explains the whole situation. This is the reasoning for me making this pick because the last time the Buffalo Bills played a real number one that was playing good football with a healthy quarterback. It was C.J. Stroud throwing the ball to Nico Collins, who actually hurt himself on a long touchdown running away from these Buffalo Bills. And then they go on a stretch where I guess Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, the best receivers that they played, where it's just different in SoFi Stadium late in the season with not just Puka Nacua, but Cooper Kupp. And I think the Rams have a puncher's chance in this one, and I'm going to take that chance and take Los Angeles.
This is a pick so bold, they moved this game all the way up to first, this stray bond. I was wondering.
Which is really saying something for a guy who's last in the picks on the show. So let's do a little this guy or that guy. Starting with the quarterback, Cynthia, which quarterback will have more than one passing touchdown? Is it Josh Allen or Matthew Stafford?
I think it's both, however. I'm going with Josh Allen here as the higher probability guy. I'm looking at these deep passes. Do you know what he doesn't have a touchdown on yet? A 20-plus air yard pass.
Really?
And I think that changes this week. It's kind of wild because there's 26 quarterbacks who have thrown a deep touchdown pass this season. Josh Allen is not one of them. So it's wild. That is a wild stat. So I'm looking at this and I think he gets that this week.
All right, let's go to the running back on the ground, Greg. Which running back goes for over 67 yards? Is it James Cook or is it Kyron Williams?
I love me some James Cook this season because he's playing behind an offensive line that has an attitude. They were bragging after last week's game saying, like, we did whatever we wanted against this 49ers front, and they just kept calling the same play over and over again. And I do think that's the weakness of this Rams defense is at the linebacker level. Even the young guys up front who are great rushing the passer over time, over the course of the game, might struggle to stop James Cook.
All right, Buffalo Bills chasing the Chiefs for the 1 seed in the AFC. KC with a big matchup with the Chargers on Sunday. These teams played earlier this year. For a quick look back, it's time now for Active Mike, presented by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card.
We're getting what we want. We just got to calm down and play ball. Everybody just step up a little bit and make plays. All it is. Easy. Everybody. Let's go. Let's go. One step, sucker.
Mahomes gunning it long. The pass is caught. Touchdown! Kansas City! A long bomb! Patrick Mahomes, a perfect throw.
Yeah, let's go. Keep playing, bro. Keep playing. Hey, ready to catch the ball.
Handoff goes to P-Ryan. Trying to press forward. Touchdown!
Way to go ahead. Hold heads. Hold heads.
Kansas City goes to 4-0.
Hey, keep moving. Get healthy on the body. Come back. See you later this year.
That was a big one. Okay, let's give them one. How about those Chiefs?
How about him, the rematch in Arrowhead? Justin Herbert, 1-6 in his career against Patrick Mahomes' defense. Does he get that elusive second win here, Cynthia?
No, not
Oh, no.
quite. I have a 3-point win for the Chiefs in this one, 24-21. I do want to point out something that I will be keeping a huge eye on, and that is Patrick Mahomes getting sacked. For the past 2 games, he has tied his career high in terms of number of sacks in a game. 5 or more. That's a wild situation in 2 games in a row. The left tackle situation is a problem for them. They need to figure it out if they want to go from a team that has a nice playoff situation, like you said, situation like 8 times just now, and if they want to actually play in that game that happens in New Orleans, they're going to have to figure out the left tackle because Patrick Mahomes cannot be under this type of pressure, especially if they're not a team that is crushing teams by, huge margins. 1-possession games, they lead the entire league in them, but if your quarterback is under duress constantly, it increases your opportunities for turnovers. The whole thing is scary.
So, like Cynthia, I'm going to say that the Chiefs are going to win, and then I'm going to say something kind of negative about them and positive about the Chargers. It's 18-17. I have the Chiefs winning this game. I'm like Justin Herbert. I think I pick the Chargers every time they play this Chiefs team, and they're 1-6. So I got to take the Chiefs to win. But Tarheeb still, and this Chargers defense, they're going to keep the score down. I really like the number to be under that 43. So that's key to me, and I like the Chargers to cover because of this young kid and the way they're playing defense. That cornerback and that coverage right there shows such a next level understanding. The match coverage that they do, they really communicate well between the secondary and the linebacker level. And it's a young player that was drafted in the 5th round, and he's playing like a defensive rookie of the year candidate. He was defensive player of the week last week after these interceptions, but he's been great all year. He actually leads the NFL in EPA per play allowed when he is in coverage. So forget about where he was drafted. It's like the rest of this Chargers defense. They're better than the sum of their parts. We know the Chiefs offense isn't explosive, so it's going to be a low scoring game in Arrowhead.
Shocking that, a front office that came over from the Ravens knows how to pick a later round cornerback. Shocker right there. I don't know about you, but I'm totally shocked.
And also similarly, they're a little bit thin at wide receiver. And up front, there's issues because Cynthia was talking about the problems protecting Patrick Mahomes. It's a similar situation for these Chargers in the past couple of weeks where for the Chiefs, Max Crosby was getting to Patrick Mahomes. The Atlanta Falcons had 10 sacks on the season coming into the game against Herbo and the Chargers. Now they have 15. That's 33% of their sacks on the season. And then a Ravens defense that really wasn't able to get a lot of pressure on the passer, got home a ton in that game in SoFi. So I think it's an opportunity for Spags' defense to get healthy. And yeah, Greg, I've got exactly 43 points and a 3-point Chiefs win. We are all on the trend
I don't feel good about
of
this
Herbo against KC, although Greg has some perturbations.
Well, it's just, you know.
Well, also the Chargers' social media is the best in the entire.
Yeah.
Don't dunk on us,
Come
please.
get us. We're just getting started here on Game Day View. Coming up, Kirk Cousins going back to Minnesota to take on his former team. Not all breakups are bad, right? Sure they aren't. Kirko, can he get revenge like he did on his other football team once upon a time? Our picks for Falcons Vikings right after a quick break.
NFL Game Day View is presented by Mercedes-Benz and the Holiday Love Celebration. Celebrate the journeys that bring us closer together.
A lot of people came back and led really successful lives after torn Achilles. Klay Thompson, you got Al Gore.
Kirk Cousins expected to be out for this season with a torn Achilles.
Tomorrow I got to get in and start rehabbing my Achilles.
The Atlanta Falcons have landed Kirk Cousins.
Hey, good to meet you. I'm Kirk. What's your name?
Kirko.
What's up, Kirko?
We know nothing stays the same. You gotta break the chains. He's got the Kirko chains on. Yeah.
Here we go.
Break the chains. Kirko chains.
Make it real swaggy.
Kirko chains. Yeah.
Real swaggy.
Kirko chains. Yeah.
It's time for the Drive to Excellence presented by Mercedes-Benz. However you feel about the video you just saw, you're correct. Welcoming Kirk Cousins back to Minnesota.
I feel like I'm on psychedelics. That's how I feel.
Well,
I kind of wish I were on psychedelics so it would make more sense.
Yeah, I'm pinching myself. What in this is real right now? Well, it's real that Kirk Cousins is taking on the Vikings. His Falcons on a losing streak. The Vikings with one of the longest streaks in the league right now. What happens in this, Greg?
What happens is Kirk Cousins plays a Kirk Cousins games, which means it's going to be crazy. Insane things will happen. And in the end, the Minnesota Vikings win 27-23. So the Falcons cover that number, but we remember all the Kirk moments back in Minnesota. And there were a lot of great ones. There were a lot of bad ones.
Okay.
But what they all had in common were that they were Kirk Cousins games. They just feel like they're all the same. If you can go back to Washington, you can go to Minnesota, and now it's happening in Atlanta. Now, for a while in Minnesota, they were all ending well. He was on a streak where he was playing really well in the fourth quarter. But when I looked at this game, I did not want to imagine this is Kirk Cousins' last NFL start, because I think that's on the table. If he threw 4 interceptions in this game, I think Michael Penix is coming in and it's over. That's not going to happen. He's going to keep him in. It's going to be back and forth. Insane things will happen, and it will come down to the fourth quarter, and they will cover that number. But in the end, I just don't think the Falcons can get it done defensively, but Kirk will play well enough. Why are you laughing?
Because my point is about Kirk's interception, so it kind of seems like I'm saying he should have started.
End his
We
career.
can disagree. That's fine.
No, we agree, which is why I think it's funny, because am I basically calling for Michael Penix? Sure, why not? I have a Minnesota win 26-19. I want to talk about Kirk Cousins' interceptions because they're real. He's had 6 of them in their losing streak. And then before that, he had a 2-game win streak where he had 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He totally reversed that trend, 0 and 6. This is a big problem.
Fumbles, too.
Fumbles. He has 15 giveaways this season. He leads the league in them. So am I calling for Michael Penix? No, that would be Greg Rosenthal, ladies and gentlemen, not me. I'm saying I don't know.
I'm not calling for it. I'm recognizing where he's at in his career. Whatever he's looking into the mirror or something, like, it's not working right now, this torn Achilles recovery. I'm sorry.
Well, it could be a big spinny chain that's ultimately going to reveal the future and like show the secrets of the universe. Maybe you could take a darkness retreat. I don't know. I've got a Vikings win as well. Mine's a significantly lower score, 19-13, because like Cynthia and Greg, I've been watching Kirk Cousins and this Falcons offense the past few weeks, and now, in a game that could potentially wrap it up for Kirk Cousins, they go up against this Vikings defense that has veterans that are crafty and can do so many different things, and that's all embodied in a man who has over 100 snaps as a pass rusher, over 100 snaps dropping into coverage, over 100 snaps as a run defender. Yeah, folks, we're looking at Andrew Van Ginkel highlights, who embodies this defense so much. We saw Brian Flores step to the podium this week, rocking an AVG t-shirt. Defense dominant in this one, and the Minnesota Vikings continue their win streak, and perhaps we're showing some Michael Penix Jr. highlights next week. We are all on the Minnesota Vikings here. We're going to keep it in the NFC. The Seahawks in first place in the West. Last week they were down big. Then Leonard Williams delivered a game-changing pick six.
Seahawks load the line and bring pressure. Rodgers has it picked off by Leonard Williams. Just the second interception of the Big Cat's career. And is he going to take it to the house? His old house. He sure is. A pick six.
Leonard Williams pop out. That's his job. When you bring pressure like that, you have to have underneath defenders.
So let's look over after that game the odds to win the NFC West. The Seahawks in the lead, and in the lead in this as well, with the Cardinals right behind them, the Rams and the 49ers, who are a long shot at this point. But it's the Seahawks and Cardinals facing off Sunday. Seattle shut down Kyler's crew just a couple of weeks ago. Who comes out on top this time around?
Well, the Seahawks do, of course. We all have our biases. I can admit that, I would like the Seahawks to win this game, but I believe that number's too big and Seattle covers it and they win straight up because they blitz well and Kyler Murray's not handling the blitz well. And that Leonard Williams interception made me think about this play as well. Kyler Murray and the pick six. Each week, Seattle is giving us a magical play. That Devin Witherspoon play and then the pick six on Kyler. It was the Geno Smith touchdown against 49ers. There's something a little you can't put in the numbers, in the model that the Seahawks have right now. They're on a winning streak. And these two teams are very similar to me, where the defenses are starting to outplay the offenses. But the difference is I think Mike McDonald can cook up Kyler against the blitz. It's close, but it's 24-23. And it's okay, Cynthia. I can recognize my biases. Your model doesn't have any biases, but I'm just a man. I'm a man with emotions and human feelings.
Well, I don't really have any emotions. I've decided to not recognize them.
She took the chip out.
We're done. My score is very similar to Greg's, 23-21, a 2-point win.
Oh, you got the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Let's go.
For Seattle as well. I do actually have emotions. The model doesn't, but I do. And when I'm looking at this, I wonder what DK Metcalf's going to look like, because we know Jackson Smith and Jigba draws a great matchup. We've seen a lot of vulnerabilities for this Cardinals defense to the slot and against short passes. But DK, I think this is where we see a massive DK day, because now we're going to see the Cardinals try to adapt to stop Jackson Smith and Jigba, who had a big game against them just a couple of weeks ago. So then you've still got number 14 out on the edge. I think this is going to be a big difference maker. I think if I'm looking for a guy to have a big day, he's one who I think I'm circling him twice.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling good about it because emotionally I really want to see this happen. I'm very happy.
As a creature also in possession of emotions, I will go solo here. I will take the home team, the Arizona Cardinals, by a point, 23-22, which I'm very confident that's the exact same inverse of the score when I picked the Seahawks to win by one. I think these two teams are very, very similar, and it's going to be a classic. And I think that we've seen the Seahawks make some huge errors. Greg's talking about the big plays. We've seen them make some catastrophic errors where they're losing 40 yards this season. But one thing that has been consistent is the Arizona Cardinals generating pressure from all sorts of different places. I thought they would have trouble doing so in Seattle a couple weeks ago. They didn't. Guys like Mac Wilson having career years where his season high in sacks for a season was 3. He had 2 last week against the Minnesota Vikings. They had a 58% pressure rate last season. I love this defense. I love the search bar, and I will take the Arizona Cardinals.
I love that you picked them because I've been noticing some of the comments, and Cardinals fans think we disrespect them.
No.
They were mad when we memed them a couple of weeks ago, and you know what? We were right. You lost that game. But this time, I'm glad that you took it.
Yeah, I have an affectionate nickname for them. Everything's great. Shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. Let's do some math, though, Cynthia. Will Geno Smith throw for more or less than 255 yards in the football game?
Ooh, I'm giving you more. Number one, this team is the one that has the longest yards to go on third down. That is why you're seeing some of those pressures. So I think what they try to do is on earlier downs, they say, well, if the run isn't going to work, let's just throw it a little bit more here. So I actually have Geno Smith with something like 275 yards, which for me, I'm a conservative modeler. That means that's like a significant difference from 255.
Well, now that I know that, I don't feel that great about my pick. That's a big number for Gino going up against the defense. Coming up, folks, we got a huge rematch between the Steelers and Browns. Russ has been cooking, but famous Jameis might have some tricks up his sleeve. Will the quarterback who instantly makes memes shock the Steelers for the second time this season? Find out next on Game Day View.
Want to keep up with today's games? Just tell Siri, show me the football schedule.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow, to be in true football weather in Cleveland, Ohio at Huntington Bank Field today to give him the glory. It's a beautiful day.
Winston to throw, 4th down, Winston under pressure, scrambling, pump fake, he's gonna run, he jumps, touchdown! Jameis Winston on 4th down!
Jameis trying to find his footing on the frigid surface, and he does just enough, leaps into the end zone, falls on his back. This crowd is going nuts here.
It's time to seize the season, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. First touchdown score odds on the way. Najee Harris and George Pickens and Nick Chubb at the top. Jalen Warner and Jerry Jeudy rounding out that top 5 as we get into this matchup in the division. We saw it a couple weeks ago in the snow. Will Jameis Winston go into Pittsburgh, beat the Steelers for the second time in 3 weeks, Cynthia?
Nope. I mean, he could, but I have 25-20 in this matchup. This game actually has a lot of implications because the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule gets very difficult from here on out, so they need this one. When I'm looking at this matchup, though, it is all about Jameis throwing past the sticks, which is something he does the second most often in the league. This is a sampling of what happens. Sometimes it's not good, and it results in a turnover. This has been a characteristic that he's had for quite some time, like his whole career. But sometimes it goes really, really well. So the deep passes connect, but so too do the ones that result in pick 6. So when you're looking at the sampling, I mean, it is no stretch. Last week on the broadcast, they were saying, we've got the full Jameis Winston experience here, but really it's those past the sticks throws and putting them, there are higher probability throws for him to be picked off just because the further you throw, the less accurate it becomes. But ultimately, that is what will be the difference maker in this matchup.
Yeah, I love the Steelers in this game. I don't think it's going to be close. I have them winning by 30-17, so way over that number because the Avengers are being reformed here with Pittsburgh. That's their pass rush. You get Alex Highsmith back, and suddenly this group is just one of the best pass rush groups I've ever seen. Alex Highsmith is a top 20 pass rusher in the NFL. By the numbers, Nick Herbig actually has been a better pass rusher than TJ Watt this year, who's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Herbig is so good. And oh, by the way, you have Hayward in the middle wrecking shop. So it's an offense in Cleveland that can't run the ball right now. They're going to have to be so pass reliant that I think the negative plays are going to come, whether it's the sacks or the turnovers. The Steelers just lost this game. It's a good coach where you play twice in 3 weeks. I think Mike Tomlin gets some revenge here. And look, it's too early for write this down, but write this one down. The Steelers are covering this 7 points.
I love you just stopped a Steelers fan in their tracks where you were like, the numbers say there's a better rusher than TJ Watt. And it's like, oh, it's Herbig. It's like, oh, I don't know how to feel now. I think the difference in this game is what Cynthia talked about. One team is going to throw the ball because they have to. The other team gets to throw the ball. In the situation that puts Jameis and the Browns offense in so much trouble, it's a beneficiary for the Steelers as Najee Harris in the run game. I haven't counted a Najee Harris season. It's around 4 yards a carry, but his yards per reception up over 2 yards for his career because Russell Wilson gives this offense something it hasn't had in a long time, and that is space. They're a top 15 offense. You have to go all the way back to one of those Roethlisberger seasons and not one of the last 2 for the last time that they did that. It's been a while since they've had this amount of success on offense in Pittsburgh, I think, as well as Greg and Cynthia. It's another Pittsburgh Steelers win. Seize the season, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. Bet just $1 and double boost your next 10 bets up to $25. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 or older. Let's take a look at the highest over-unders for Week 14, according to the dear folks at Caesars Sportsbook. Bengals and Cowboys at 49.5. Bills, Rams also with the same number. Panthers at the Eagles feel they think a lot of that is Philadelphia, 46. As we get into quick picks here on Game Day View, speaking of that Bengals-Cowboys game, squaring off Monday night in Dallas, what do you think takes place, Cynthia?
Well, we saw Jamar Chase on the injury report late in the week, but we're going to look at him right now because just in case he doesn't play, I want to remind you that this passing offense is the difference maker. When it comes down to Joe Burrow and his top pass catcher, as in Uno, when he's on the field, his parents call it Uno time. So just so you know, you can be part of the Chase family and say Uno time every time it is the offense for the Bengals. It is just a terrible matchup for this Cowboys defense. Joe Burrow hasn't been under pressure. Jamar Chase has been getting open. The man wants to earn his money. Pay him. I mean, maybe don't, because then the longer you wait, the higher the price goes. So, okay, then don't pay him. It's up to you.
Yeah, number goes up every single day, especially with the success that he's had. The Raiders and the Bucs in Tampa, Las Vegas, almost knocked off the Chiefs on Black Friday. Do they spoil the Bucs' attempt to catch the Falcons, Greg?
They make them sweat a little bit, but the Bucs win. They just don't cover the number. 26-21. That Raiders offense has been better lately. And Baker Mayfield, just when I'm in on believing in you, like maybe not as an MVP candidate like Patrick wants to throw out there.
That was a while ago.
He just starts making crazy plays. Now, give Baker Mayfield credit for playing his best at the end of that Panthers game, but if you watch the first 3 quarters of that game, he was the big part of the reason they were trailing. A lot of bad decisions, just kind of going like creation Baker mode, and it wasn't going well. Some inaccurate passes, some mistakes. He got banged up, unfortunately, in the middle of that game, and so I just want to see the week-to-week consistency out of Baker Mayfield. This should be a matchup where they have too many weapons on offense between the running game and Mike Evans being back that they get it done.
All right, and based on our picks, they would leapfrog the Falcons. Let's go to the Jets and Dolphins, both mathematically still in the wild card race somehow. But in the race for my belief, who wins this game, I've got the Fins 21-17. Maybe Jonnu Smith gets his own Netflix documentary. His explosion has opened things up for Jalen Waddle. The last couple of weeks, he's had 13 targets, caught 12 of them for 197 yards. And against the Packers, had an average separation of 4.8 yards. Problem for the Fins is struggling against good teams. Not an issue this week, as we all have the Miami Dolphins. We got more show on the way here because some awards are complicated. You have to account for storylines and personal politics. It's messy. But when we come back, we're talking season-long props. Who's going to finish the year as the top passer, rusher, and receiver? We've got answers to a much less complicated test right after the break. Upgrade your Sundays with NFL Plus Premium. Watch live, local, and primetime games on mobile devices, plus NFL RedZone, game replays, and more. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus Premium. Terms and conditions apply. What about the odds for the most passing touchdowns to finish the season? Joe Burrow leading the way at negative 350 because he's got 30 passing touchdowns. Lamar, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, rounding it out. It's kind of right in line with the number of pass touchdowns they currently have. So, Greg, 5 weeks left. I'm gonna put it on you to not be chalky here. Who's going to finish the regular season with the most touchdowns?
Well, I'm not chalky. I mean, you can be a basic bro and take Joe Burrow, rather, is like negative 350. What's the fun in that? Let's go Lamar Jackson, plus 200. His mom got on him for not running enough, but there's a reason why he's so high in the passing touchdowns. He is dealing from the pocket. That's how he wants to play, and he's got more weapons than ever. He is in the mix to try to get this number 1 seed division title, and he's got more weapons than he's ever had, even without Deontay Johnson, when he comes back from the suspension. One thing to think about here, too, is there an outside chance Joe Burrow could sit down the last week of the season, or there's some minor injury that comes up that they just don't want to play him and risk it? We know Lamar Jackson's going to be out there because they're going to be gunning for that seed. He gets the title.
And maybe Mom's trying to work some defenses as well. She wants them to change the way that they're doing things. Who knows? Let's take a look at some rushing odds. As the most rushing touchdowns to finish the season up, Derrick Henry's currently leading the way in the odds. Right behind him, the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and then his teammate, Saquon Barkley. So either way, odds makers see touchdowns scored in Philadelphia. Cynthia, who do you think ends the season with the most rushing scores?
You're going to give me Saquon Barkley at the third shortest odds. I'm going to take it. Why? Because I think they want him to be the MVP as well.
Yes.
This campaign this week against the Carolina Panthers, he could have 2 rushing touchdowns, easy peasy, right there, and get right up into the lead with Derrick Henry. Point being, if you're going to give me that kind of value and that kind of potential return on investment, I think you should run away with it just like Saquon Barkley runs away with that football.
All right, let's flip things over to the pass catchers as we look at the odds for the most receiving yards at the yards. There's no Buccaneers on this list. Jamar Chase leading the way at 1,142 yards, currently leading. Right behind him is his college teammate, Justin Jefferson. So, Greg, we got 2 former Tigers leading the league in receiving. One's currently playing for a team that has a Tiger mascot. Who finishes the year with the crown?
I'm going Justin Jefferson. Once again, do you want to be basic? It's minus 300 for Chase. Like, what kind of return is that? It's not fun. He's down 100 yards. If I'm just choosing who's the best football player, not even just the best receiver in the NFL, I think Justin Jefferson is still my pick. I think the cream rise to the top. Not that Jamar Chase isn't fantastic. Of course he is. But with those odds, all he needs is a 220 type of day, and I think he can do that in one of these games down the stretch. Then he's tied with Jamar Chase. He's got Sam Darnold throwing it to him down the stretch, and yes, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase has made a lot of magic, but I could see the Vikings trailing a little more often down the stretch, and you got some Justin Jefferson. I just believe in this guy as one of the best players I've ever seen. He gets it done.
Okay, but here's my question.
Yeah.
What if they really want Joe Burrow to be the comeback player of the year, so they don't sit him down, and that means that they need Jamar Chase? I'm just saying, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
That's not a thing. Like, you try to get Saquon Barkley touchdowns for sure, but no one's in the locker room like, let's go get the comeback player of the year. No, Jefferson, come on.
You never know.
It's like, what is even comeback
if you try to win it, then you have to like befall some misfortune. Right. And it's like, it's not worth it. Let's move on to a thing that Cynthia doesn't want to say, but I'll say it. The Super Bowl. This is the odds for winning Super Bowl 59 in terms of the division, with the NFC North leading the way, AFC West and NFC East at the top. So I'll ask both of you, which division do you think the winner of Super Bowl 59 comes from? You are not obligated to say the name of the game, Cynthia.
Okay, well, I recognize that the shortest odds in this are for a division that could give 3 potential playoff teams, which is the North. But I'm not going there because I don't like boring odds. I like high returns on investment. I bought Bitcoin. These guys were making fun of me, but I did it a long time ago at like 17,000. So you guys I'll laugh all the way to the bank. But ultimately, I'm looking at the NFC East in this matchup. I told you I liked the Eagles ahead of the season to actually win the division. So if I'm looking at odds here and returns on investment, 425, that's looking pretty tasty for me, especially with the fact that you look at their schedule. 4 more home games for the.
At what cost, though? A broken heart of Cynthia Freeland?
Listen, I'm hedging. My emotions would be happy either way here. Okay. Either I win with my investment or I win with my heart, except for if it's the Vikings or anyone else that's a green team. In which case, boo. Boo to that.
That was no fun. I am going with the AFC East, and I am going with my heart.
Yeah,
because
that's very
before the
heart-related.
season started,
Smart.
I had the Bills over the Lions in the Super Bowl, and my Bills pick is looking fantastic. Let's go AFC East. I like how long those odds are. It's plus 475. I know we got no other help in the AFC East. Jets and Patriots, long gone. It's not happening with the Dolphins, but this Bills team have been knocking on the door year after year after year. I do not think it's the Chiefs' season. I think this is the toughest Bills team in terms of their offensive line that they've ever had, and I think they're going to make it all the way there. Now, that said, when they put up that board in the AFC North was plus 600, you're getting multiple teams there, too, that got a shot, I think, to make it in the Steelers and the Ravens. That's a little...
So you're changing your mind?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I like the AFC East the most, but I'm just saying the longest odds on that board were maybe my second favorite, AFC North, because I don't think the Chiefs are making it.
Yeah, it's fun. If we're talking heart, my team's in there. Cynthia was saying we made fun of her for crypto investments. You know, it's questionable there. She's perhaps fearing a rug pull, which is why she did not select the NFC North, because she won't even say the name of the game that's going to be played in New Orleans.
Mole.
Superb Owl. Hey, folks, coming up, we got a new head coach. Caleb Williams does. Will the Bears get a new result after the break? We're diving into Chicago and San Francisco. Now or never for the Niners. Who's going to win? We'll try to tell you. Coming up next.
Back deep, 4-man rush. Caleb Williams goes down. I don't know what happened.
Didn't look right. Did not look right. Whatever was going on, it didn't look right, and down he goes. 25 seconds left in the game, clock running, 3rd and 26. Bears got to get settled from the 41-yard line.
It looked a little dysfunction in the snap count that last play.
15 seconds, 3rd and 26. Caleb's got to make a play here with 11 seconds to go in the game. Awaiting the snap, got to hurry it up. 7-6, takes the snap. Caleb Williams from the pocket, zings it down the field, twisting, turning inside the 5 as time expires for Roma Dunze. Another one-score loss, 23-20 here on Thanksgiving. The losing streak has reached 6.
Yeah, sorry, Bears fans. You had to see that. Matt Eberflus fired shortly after that. He spoke twice in between on Thanksgiving Day. They're taking the 49ers on Sunday. San Francisco put CMC and Jordan Mason on IR this week. Cynthia, who wins the football game?
The Chicago Bears win the football game 23-22. It feels like bad news all around for that, except it is good news for Caleb Williams. We have seen a dramatic uptick in a couple of really notable things for him. One being how he's faring against the blitz. He's doing better. These passes, they look a lot better. Sure, we've seen DJ Moore use behind, going behind the line of scrimmage, so potentially needing Yak to complete passes. Who cares? It's still working. It's giving them the opportunity to win. He's had the 2 best games of his career. Obviously, it's a young career in the past few games. And I just think that this is an opportunity to take advantage of the San Francisco 49ers, who are kind of reeling from so many injuries and just so much misfortune this season.
Yeah, if you stack those second halves on top of each other, Caleb Williams has had an amazing game as long as you can add them together. I thought for sure I was going to be alone on this one. I have the Chicago Bears as well by 1 point. And looking at Keenan Allen, the past 3 weeks has been incredible. It's like the Keenan Allen that we've seen for his entire career. 31 targets at over 10 yards a catch with just so many losses on this 49ers team, where it's Brock Purdy and George Kittle have got to carry the team on their back. The defense has fallen off, not seeing the type of explosion and disruption from Bosa as well. And poor Fred is just back there having to try to make all the plays, which has been a theme
on a broken
as the season goes on. Yeah, it's a lot wrong, Greg. How could anybody pick the 49ers in this one?
Well, there's a lot going on in this game. First of all, we got the fired coach principle, right?
Okay.
You get the bump when you fire the coach. And that's why I have the Bears covering, like you guys. You made a lot of good reasons and arguments. But then you also got the feeling of when you find out your co-hosts picked a 4-point underdog on the road, you just can't go meme. You got to go just Greg. You got to take that favorite. Sometimes you got to just play the game. And I do believe in the vibes in San Francisco being as down horrendously as any vibes in the country. Look, Kyle Shanahan's not happy. He's gripping that play sheet real tight. Remember a couple weeks ago in that Green Bay game when they had a couple 12 men on the field penalty? This was the moment where I actually believed that maybe the season was over for them, because he was so furious in that moment. And yet, I think about all the competing vibes and what's going on here, and this is where he really loses it. The Chicago Bears will find a way even to lose to this man. I mean, that has given me nightmares the last couple of weeks. Like, this is how the Bears play. So they cover fired coach principle, but they don't find a way to win.
Okay, so the fired coach principle, which has carried several teams this season. Greg, no longer a believer in you. He's got the 49ers on a just Greg. Let's get some more quick picks here on Game Day View. The Panthers and Eagles. Bryce Young and Carolina have been feisty lately. Can they pull off a shocker, Greg?
They can pull off covering, again, 27-19. I think it's a little closer than that number would indicate, because Bryce Young is playing well. You look at the score 19, you say, well, that's not a lot. The Ravens didn't have that much until the deep parts of garbage time last week. Yep. I think the Panthers can hang in this game. This story for Bryce Young has gone from, this is a nice story, he's playing better, he's going to have an NFL career, to this guy's playing awesome. He's playing with a lot of anticipation, making really good decisions. I actually think he's the type of quarterback that can excel against a Vic Fangio defense, which asks you to be very patient. So I see a lot of long drives from both of these teams and a closer score than the number would indicate. Let's go, Bryce Young. Little letdown game too, by the way.
Yeah, been fun to watch the Saints and the Giants at MetLife. Drew Lock starting again for the G-Men. What do you see going on, Cynthia?
Well, I see the Saints winning 23-19. No Taysom Hill, obviously. And the fact that the Giants are the only team in the NFC that have been mathematically eliminated from the postseason. I think they're playing with kind of house money. So making it a nice, just a 4-point win. I think that'll keep things a little bit more interesting. But I want to talk about Alvin Kamara. Right now, he has 60 rushing touchdowns and 24 receiving. If he gets one more, he joins a club that only 4 other guys are in to have more than 50 rushing touchdowns and 25 or more receiving touchdowns. So there's something fun we can all cheer for in this matchup.
Also top 5 in the NFL right now in yards from scrimmage. I don't think people other than his fantasy owners and Saints fans realize that he is having that kind of season. One of the best running backs in the NFL. And he didn't have to change teams because his team, give the Saints some credit, valued him and gave him a nice contract during this season.
And really the embodiment of this franchise. They love them down in New Orleans, and we love Alvin Kamara as well. Guy?
I want him to join the club.
Yeah, get in the club. In fact,
get in the club.
There's another club in Canton, Ohio I think he could go to coming up in a few years. Last one, Jags and Titans in Nashville. Mac Jones versus Will Levis. Someone has to win. Well, maybe not. I like Tennessee in this one, though, narrowly winning it 17-16 because I think Tony Pollard gets things back going after a slow performance for him and his standards that he set up this season against Washington. Tony Pollard has faced the most loaded boxes in the NFL on a per-carry basis. They have to, considering the way things have gone in Nashville for the Titans this season. Tony Pollard is the thing you have to stop. But on outside tackle runs, he's one of the best. So let's get him out there against the Jags, who I thought were going to have a strong performance against the Houston Texans in that offensive line a week ago. They did not. Let's get some balance from the Titans, who get a win against the Jags. Coming up, we're talking props on more props. Some of our favorites for the week. You're watching Game Day View, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, Rich Eisen, Kurt Warner, Coach Mariucci, Cynthia Freeland, and the whole gang get you set for kickoff with NFL Game Day morning. Sam Darnold joins them live ahead of his matchup against Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Plus, the guys discuss if the Bills are the best team in football. All that and more Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern.
I am not shorter than Colleen. However, Lil Wayne is shorter than Colleen.
Oh, yeah.
Just so we're clear. He was here last week.
A very appropriate moniker.
That's right.
To write this down. Some predictions for Week 14. Start us off, Greg.
Okay, so my write this downs are finally on a winning streak. 2 weeks in a row. It's time to push my chips into the table. We're doubling up. It's on the Dolphins. They are going to go over 25.5 points. I asked for the team total of points. I thought, well, it must be like 34, 35 against the Jets because they put up 34 against the Raiders, 34 against the Patriots home. No, it's only 25. They're going to top that with ease, and that was so easy. I decided to up the degree of difficulty. Let's go over 1.5 touchdowns for Tua Tagovailoa. Their run game has stunk. They're not a good red zone team running the ball. They're a great red zone team throwing the ball. So we get both Tua and the Dolphins.
All right.
I'm keeping my streak alive, and I don't need to push any chips, and I'm just going to keep winning because you never, go broke taking a profit. But I have Jalen Hurts scoring a rushing touchdown. Seems kind of like a given, right? Tush push against a team that's not so great when it comes to defending the run. Well, I just want to point out that if he does get one more rushing touchdown, he will pass both Josh Allen and Cam Newton for the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback through their first 6 seasons. So it's a fun one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take a kind of a career-long one as well because Mike Evans needs to average about 95 yards for the rest of the season to hit 1,000 yards once again. It's an incredible start to his career, but the number is just 68.5 in this matchup against the Raiders. So yeah, Mike Evans is going to have more receiving yards than that because this is the mission, not to make it to the playoffs or catch Atlanta. Let's get Mike Evans 1,000 receiving yards. Thanks for watching Game Day View. For Cynthia and Greg, I'm Patrick. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the game.